Yo, champ. This episode is going to talk about how I use the effort rule to remember things easily. I use this exact rule to get me through my bachelor's, master's, and doctorate degree in school, as well as juggling up to 25 patients I have seen in a single day as a medical provider. In 2014, Princeton University conducted a study that had separated two groups of students. The first group of students was instructed to take notes the old school way by writing by hand. Of course, this group would groan and moan since it took more time and effort to write the notes, was less efficient, and erasing meant rubbing a pink eraser back and forth instead of just pressing on the smooth, slick backspace key of the keyboard while dealing with writer's fatigue and sweaty, cramping hands. The second group had to take notes the modern, sleek way by simply pressing on the soft, tactile keys on their MacBooks and Windows-based laptops. Naturally, this method was more efficient, easier, and actually allowed the second group to take twice as many notes as the first group. The researchers then looked at the results and were shocked to discover that the first group that used the pencil and pink eraser method scored twice as well as the group using their laptops. The researchers thought that perhaps taking notes by hand may have caused the first group to spend more time studying outside of class, so the researchers repeated the experiment 2 more times. The first time was by having the groups take a test immediately after the note-taking session, and then the second time was by giving the students a surprise test a week after lecture. Surprisingly, the results remained consistent that the handwritten group simply performed better every time. Just a little side tangent, if you want to learn how to create a successful YouTube channel, definitely check out my course in the description below. It'll teach you everything you need to learn to create a successful YouTube channel with 10,000 subscribers. Now back on topic. I have noticed this firsthand while going through my master's and doctorate program. Whenever I simply type down notes on my laptop, my retention was not as good as when I would handwrite the notes. I know that listening to audiobooks, YouTube videos, and podcasts are pretty popular right now, but I have noticed that my retention of the information is not very good if I simply passively listen to the audio. It is when I take physical action and write down notes about the audio program that I retain the information much better, just like with my experience in school. Immediately after learning something interesting from a morning podcast while driving to work, I will text my friends or family members about it to teach them about what I learned and to retain the information myself. Or I will immediately talk about it with my MD friend who I share an office with in the clinic, or my MD friends who I get lunch with or dinner with. If you want to retain the information, you need to put the effort in. The more effort you put in, the higher the retention is likely to be. When I put 10 times the effort into learning a single fact, I become 10 times more likely to remember that fact long term. For example, if I'm listening to the song One Step Closer by Linkin Park and an awesome fact pops into my head, I will immediately grab a piece of paper and pen and jot it down, or at the very least, grab my phone and write it into my notepad app. If you put more effort into remembering the information, then you will definitely retain it much better, champ. Also, check out my YouTube Mastery course in the description below. Now, let's turn it back to you. What new fact did you learn about today? Is it A, you need to start writing down information, or B, you need to go listen to Linkin Park? Let me know by leaving a comment below right now. Yo, champ. Do you hate having to wake up every morning to go to class or work even after smashing the snooze button multiple times and feeling so frustrated that you end up cursing at everyone who annoys you that day? Well, if you had another stream of income, this wouldn't be an issue. With a YouTube channel that brought in a full-time income, you would be able to sleep in until you were ready to get up, only have to work 30% of the time, not have to deal with irritating people at school or work, have the freedom to do what you want during the day, and not have to live by the artificial rules regular people follow. Your time is worth money, and you deserve to live a better life. You deserve to avoid the burden of dealing with people you don't want to deal with. School and work are the last things you desire to do. That is why having a YouTube channel that can bring you a full-time income is far more pleasurable and rewarding to have. If you want to live life on your own terms by creating a successful YouTube channel, then make sure you check out the description below and click on my YouTube Mastery course right now. This course is for sale for a limited time, and the price will only be raising in the near future. Or I may even decide to take the course off the market forever. Check out the description below right now.